Hi guys, it's Anne here, and in today's video we're going to do a review of the Miss Fame Beauty Under My Skin palette. I received this palette in my Beauitylish Lucky Bag for 2020. You can buy this palette on the Beauitylish website for, I think it's $49 US or $67 Canadian, so it's a little bit pricey. I've been using this palette on and off for the month of February, so I have some thoughts, so I wanted to share those thoughts with you guys. So quickly, just from a packaging perspective, it's very nice packaging. Like, it's a very heavy weighted palette. I really like the design on this. It's got Miss Fame on the side. Like, it's really, really nicely done. It's magnetized. Has this little like a plastic flap, which that's going to disappear at some point. It's got a really nice mirror, and it's actually like a good mirror. And then these are your shadows. I'll try and hold this so the mirror doesn't blind you. So these are the shadows. As you can see, it's a little messy already because I have been using them, and everything in this palette has some glitter or sparkle or something along those lines. Let's start off with swatching the palette. I'm going to try and do this a la Tara Baby style and actually swatch live. I rarely do that because I'm not very good at it, but we'll try. So these are the first four shades. This is Noirgasm, Mauve Mentum, I think, Astral Play, and Orangey is this one. That's the first four shades there. These are the next four shades. This is Euphoria. This is Orgasm. The third one is Tauptation. And this one is Skintimacy. And these are the last two shades. This is Cosmic Crush, and this is Wanderlust. So just close up there, that is all the shades right there. I'm currently wearing the palette on my eyes today, and I do have some thoughts about some of these shadows. So what I'm wearing on my eyes today is I have these three colors and the green color. And the green is a really, really nice shade. So this is the thing with this palette. It's like a 50-50. Some of the shades are really good, some of them not so much. Actually, I shouldn't say 50-50. I would say there's maybe two shades in the whole palette that I don't like, a third one that's like a bit weird, and then the rest are not bad, but again, there's pros and cons to it. So the shades that disappoint me the most are this one, this one, let's get closer here. This one, Norgasm, and this one, Astral Play. They're the two shadows that I have. I actually have both of those on the outside of my eyes, and you can just see that they blend into like nothing. So I feel like it was getting a little dark there. So yeah, you can kind of see like they don't really blend into anything, particularly this Noirgasm shade. It looks so pretty in the pan, like you can see when I turn it. It just turns into a muddy mess. Like, let me just swatch it. If you see there on my finger, it's just like this black, it just doesn't translate well at all. So it's like black with a little bit of glitter in it, but so little that it just sort of blends away. That shade, super disappointing. The other shade that's disappointing as well is Astral Play. Again, when you look at Astral Play in the palette, that's the middle shade, it looks like this really nice purple, but it's, again, it's so dark. So that's it on my middle finger there. And then when you swatch it out, so if we can see that there, like, it's not bad, but it just doesn't translate the way you think it should. For me, that's really disappointing because I really do like purples and they're just not that great. But other shadows in this palette are really, really good. I particularly like these two shades right here. I know, so boring, but like the pigmentation and skintimacy is so good. You just need to like tap your brush into it and put it on, and it's such like a unique warm brown shade. Sorry, it's kind of over top the black there, so you can't. It's just a really, really nice shade. And yes, it has glitter in it, but you can see when I swatch it out there, the glitter is barely noticeable. The same with Taupetation. Taupetation has some glitter in it, but I feel like it's still very wearable for a day-to-day look. This shadow takes some getting used to, this Orgasm shadow. So you can see like it's very chunky. I imagine it's like what I've seen in other palettes, but I don't have those palettes. It's really just a topper shade. So I am wearing it today like up in my brow bone. You can sort of see it right up in there, perhaps. It really is good just to like layer over a shadow, or just like a highlight kind of shade. You're not going to get a lot of pigmentation out of it, and it is just kind of like, yeah, like a chunky glitter. It's very, very weird. If you do like oranges, the orangey shade is a really, really nice shade. Again, I'm not a huge orange fan, but like that is a really, really nice orange. Like it goes on well, and you can really build that one up if you want to. My other complaint about this palette is there's two blues in here that are really close. Like they are different. Obviously one is much lighter than the other. If I just swatch them really quickly here, like you can see that they are different, but they're so close that it's like, I don't get it. And when you do a look, they start to like blend into each other. I prefer the Bluephoria, like the lighter blue. The Cosmic Crush is a nice shade, but again, it doesn't quite translate the way it is in the pan to the way it is on your eye, if that makes sense. So I'll show a couple of looks. The one look is, again, both of these, I did them on my eyes with like no other makeup on, so I didn't really do any proper blending or cleaning up. And you'll see like the blue colors, they're not as rich, just straight up using them. Like I didn't wet my brush on these looks. And then I find the purples just get really muddy and really messy really quickly, which is really disappointing because that Orgasm and Astral Play colors are really, really nice in the pan. But again, don't translate that well. At least you definitely can't use them, the Astral Play with Norgasm. Like I have it right now, and like they just disappear into each other. They don't work. I used Momentum over top to try and bring out more purple. And then the green color, like again, the Wanderlust color is really, really nice, really pigmented. I did wet my brush just to get even more richer color, but I found it was pretty good even just on the get-go. I thought, again, it got muddy when I put the purple on, so I felt like I needed to bring the green out more after applying the purple. And then again, a quick look with the Taupetation. I do really like this for a day-to-day. Like I've worn this to the office and it works really good. It works really well with like other palettes. And then again, Skintimacy, I did a quick look with this and I really, really like this. Like getting like a warm brown golden look, and it turned out really, really nice. Like those shades were really, really nice. I do have one bone to pick with this palette, and this is the reviews on this palette. So in my Beautylish video, I did put a comment on this palette saying, oh, the reviews don't look really good, because I looked at like, there was like 100, I don't know, there's a lot of reviews, I don't know if it was 100, there was a lot of reviews, and it was like 2 out of 5 stars. It's like, oh, crap, it's not a very good palette. Well, when I went through the reviews, it was just the majority of them were a lot of people complaining that they got this palette in their Beautylish bag, saying like, I don't even know this brand. They're saying it was I don't know, they say it smells weird. It smells like nothing to me. Like literally smells like nothing. So I don't know what people are saying with it smelling weird. They're like, what is this unknown brand? It's all glitters. This is a crap palette, without even having used it. So I'm kind of annoyed. I'm kind of annoyed because you can be disappointed in getting this palette. You can complain that it is not what you had expected or had hoped from Beautylish. You would have hoped it was more name brand stuff. But putting that on the review for the palette is not the appropriate place, because the review is for the palette itself. And if you haven't even used the palette, how can you review it? It's like those stupid reviews you see on Amazon where people write like 1 star, I don't know, but this looks stupid, and they don't actually know anything about the product. Ugh, that was so annoying. Anyway, I was super annoyed by that because it gave me a false impression in terms of the quality of this palette. And again, like, I've been using this now for a month and I feel like I have a good sense. The quality is it's like a 50-50. There's some good things about this palette and there are some bad things about this palette. So I think, in summary, one of the things that I feel about this palette is I don't know who it's geared to. I can't figure it out because it is pretty colorful. Everything has glitter in it, but I do find the colors run a little muddy. Like, they are all deeper colors. They're not really bright other than like maybe the orange one and this blue color, but everything else is pretty dark and like muted in tone, even though there's like glitter to them. Does that make sense? Can you see that? Is that what you're seeing? I don't know. That's what I'm seeing when I look at this. So I can't figure out who this is targeted to, because for the average person, the colors are a bit, like there's blues and greens and they have glitter, so it's not very appealing for the average person. But then again, the colors aren't super bright, and the pigmentation for some are really good, but others are not good. So for people I think like drag queens or like people that really like colorful palettes, this one might not meet your expectations because it's a bit hit and miss. Final thoughts on this palette. I probably would not have bought this palette. And am I slightly disappointed that I got this palette in my Beauitylish Lucky Bag? A little bit, only because there are other palettes that were in bags. For example, I know some people got the Berries and Cream from Dominique Cosmetics. I would have really liked that. Although I saw some people got the Riviera palette, and I was like, yeah, I don't think I would have wanted the Riviera palette either. So if I had a choice, I probably would have picked this over the Riviera palette, only because I can see myself, like, I can use these colors. Like I said, there's some really good colors in here that are usable. Is it worth the price? Probably not. Like, this is expensive in Canada at $67. If this color story appeals to you, or if you are a fan of Miss Fame, and if you see this palette on sale, I'm always that kind of person. I have a hard time like recommending anything that's expensive full price. Even if it's cheap, I still say buy it on sale. Like, if I saw this at Marshall's and it was like, I don't know, $17, $20, I think it's worth picking up for that price. Like I said, it's a really nice palette, nice quality palette, and like most of the shades I like. Anyway, I hope you liked this little review of the Miss Fame Under My Skin palette. If you did, feel free to give it a little thumbs up down below, and I would love it if you did subscribe to my tiny little channel here in Toronto, Canada. I hope you have a fabulous day, and I'll see you sometime soon. Bye.